I do. But boy, I want to tell you, I thank you very much for your story, because your story has really helped my faith, because that really confirms that Jesus was dead and he's come to life, and now you and I can have that life again. But was there anything else that happened in that day? Oh yes, there's more. There's more. You want to hear more of the story? Yes, I do. Well, when Mary went away, she went back and she talked to I guess she talked to some of the disciples and told them that Jesus was gone and that Jesus had appeared to her. Well, the apostles, I guess, heard about this, and Peter and John, they started hightailing it from where they were. See, they were afraid. Well, they were scared to death that maybe if Jesus was crucified and they followed Jesus, they might end up being crucified themselves. And so they probably were scared. They were really scared, I could tell. But now, with Mary telling them the story about the resurrection, they got all excited and they started running. Well, when I was looking at this, I'm looking at this up here after saying hi to Jesus and everything, and giving him my little high sign with my wings. Then I watched Mary, and I watched their little conversation, and then I watched, as you know what happened, John and Peter came to the tomb. But John is much faster and younger than Peter. Peter was a little bit heavy. He was a little bit too heavy for himself, and he was running late. So John came running to the tomb, and John came and he looked down, and he saw everything in the tomb. And then Peter came, and John stood aside and let Peter come in first. And then they came both out after they'd both gone in, and they looked at each other, and they knew that it was true that Jesus had died and come to life, and that because of that, they were going to live forever. Wow, that is such a wonderful story, and I ask that you continue to share with many people. I am just so honored that you come and spend your time with us, and that you're able to fly all that. It's a long way. I know it's a long way, but you really have done a good thing. And I think you're like a good disciple. You're going out and sharing the good news. Because Jesus has changed my life. I know that he loves me, and I know that I'll live forever. God bless you. And I because you've told your story, I'm going to believe that I'm going to be closer and closer to Jesus too. Well, I guess I better stop talking. I'm talking too much now. No, you talked real well. But we're going to have to kind of close our little program. We're going to have a little prayer. Would you stay around for a prayer? Okay, I'll pray. Do you want to say something? Well, why don't you tell people just to stay tuned, and we're going to come right back. What do you just say? Just say, stay tuned. We're going to come right back. Just say it. Go ahead. Stay tuned. We're going to come right back. Ha! You are such a vital part of this ministry. I thank you so very much for watching the program. I thank you also for praying for us. Please make sure that your participation in this, your gift to me, your prayers, go to the Lord and ask him that we can be able to reach more and more people through this powerful experience of using television. But I'm also asking you to be a person who's willing to share your finances with us. This ministry is not financed by the Pope. It's not financed by the bishops. It's financed by you and your willingness to respond to us. Too many times, we don't have enough money to pay the bills, and we're right on the edge of disaster. I want to share with you that I don't take a salary for this ministry. I've taken a vow of poverty, and so I don't take money that you send for myself. Everything that you send is put directly in to the preaching of the gospel. Now, one of the ways that I'd like to entice you to please accept this challenge of giving money is sending you a gift that we've received, something that we've produced right here at our program, and it's called Healing Power. It's a wonderful CD that has meditations that can allow you, and let's say you're getting ready for an operation, or you're recovering from an operation, or you know someone that is going to have an operation or is now recovering. This is a wonderful time, by listening to this, to receive the Lord's healing and peace in a marvelous, rich way. It's a very powerful gift. Now, I wish I could say to you, oh yes, I'll send it to you for free. I can't. I've done that in the past, and then I lose all kind of money with that. But I would ask that as you send your donation to allow us to continue, I'd like to send this along with you. So whatever you can do, whatever you can do to help, first with prayers, but then with donation, please do that. I thank you very much for being with us today, and I pray that this Easter will be filled with much hope and victory, and that the reality of death will be overshadowed by the victory of Christ, who has died and come to life, and that you incorporated into that through the beautiful mystery of his love, that you will be able to have peace and everlasting life in him. And I hope that the little story of our crow is going to be something that's going to enliven you. Thank you very much. I'm very glad that you were able to share, and I hope that all the things that you said will stir in our hearts. And I pray that you also, that as you think of the stories that I've told of this lady that died yesterday, and also of the young man who accidentally shot and killed his best friend, and all of the tragedy and all the sadness of death, that you'll be continually filled with the great joy and promise of a God who will never leave us. I believe that. I know you believe that. And together, let's do that. Lord, please help us in our desire to love you. Pray with me, would you? Okay, I'll pray. Okay, I ask you, Lord, please fill us with the hope of the resurrection. Fill us with the constant assurance that you are with us and that we have the promise of everlasting life. And now, may Jesus' love for you always make you smile.